What's going on, everybody? It's Jesse from Island Aesthetics. Thanks for checking back in. Behind me today, I've got a 911 Carrera, and I'm gonna be doing a quick rinseless wash on it. Today, I'm gonna make this video as just a sort of no frills, straight to the point guide on how to do rinseless washing. So this is good for anyone who's just getting into it, or if you've been doing it for a while but are wondering if there's any way to save time, well, this video is gonna be perfect for you. I'm gonna go over what you need and the steps that you need to follow to make the process quick and simple and get some really great results. So I hope you enjoy it. If it helps, leave a comment below. Let's get into it. There's a few simple things that you need in order to get a rinseless wash done. The first one is a bucket. I fill it up with 3 gallons of water, and something you should do is measure that exactly and do it one time. Make a marking or something so you know where that fill line is. I know that on my bucket, it's right at the top of the Adams decal. The next thing you're gonna need are some wash towels. You want something thick and really plush. These are Eagle 500s from the Rag Company. Most vehicles you can do with anywhere from 2 to 4 towels. You're gonna need a spray bottle. Any spray bottle will do, whether it's just a simple trigger sprayer like this, or if you wanna make your life really easy, get yourself a pump sprayer. And then lastly, something to dry the car with. When it comes to microfiber towels, I definitely recommend spending up and getting premium drying towels for things that are gonna touch your paint. And lastly, a spray wax or sealant or coating topper of your choice, depending on your situation. In this spray bottle, I have Glass Parency's Boost maintenance spray. And when it comes to rinseless washing, how much solution you mix in with the water is actually a very critical step. That's why I mentioned making sure you have some type of marking for where 3 gallons in your bucket fits. I'm using Optimum No Rinse. You can use the rinseless wash of your choice. They pretty much all work the same, but it's ½ an ounce per every gallon of water. If you don't buy Optimum No Rinse, double check that. But if you have 3 gallons of water in there, then you're gonna need 3 capfuls of Optimum No Rinse. That little white cap that comes on the top is a perfect measurement. I have the gallon jug here. And so I just have 1.5 ounces in this little measuring cup here. I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in my bucket. My rinseless wash solution. Just give that a quick stir and rinse out the cup. Now that you got the solution mixed, pop the top on your pump sprayer, dunk it right in that bucket and fill it up about 3/4 of the way. You don't wanna go all the way to the top with these because you need a little bit of headroom to fill up with some air. It's important to note that by this point, you should already have your wheels and tires cleaned. Also any dirty areas, if you're doing your engine bay, cleaning out door jambs, your wheel wells, make sure all that is done. If there's any loose debris or heavy grime on the paint, get that pressure rinsed off as well before you start your rinseless wash. I'm gonna focus, like I said, just on rinseless washing in this video, but if you wanna see more of an in-depth process, I've got some other videos on the channel that are a bit longer, and I'll link those in the description below. Otherwise, if you've got all that done up to this point, pressurize your pump sprayer. You don't have to fill it up to the max. You'll get familiar with this. You just need enough pressure to spray the solution onto the surface. Now, if you're working inside like me, or if you're outside but not in direct sunlight, in some shade perhaps, or in another covered area, you can go ahead and cover the entire car. But if you are working outside and you're working in direct sunlight, it's probably better off to work panel by panel. So now that I've got the whole car covered in solution, I'm gonna grab my first towel out of the bucket, make sure it's folded into fourths, makes a nice square, and wring it out. Not completely to the point where it's almost dry, just to the point where the water barely starts to drip out of it. That's way too much water. That's not enough water. You'll get a feel for this the more that you do it. But all it takes is a gentle squeeze. Just to the point where it's barely dripping. Now for most cars, the best way to try and imagine this is from a bird's eye view. If you made a cross section of the car like a T, and you would cut the car into 4 distinct sections. The 2 sections on one side of the vehicle, you should be able to get through with 1 towel, and the 2 sections on the other side, you should be able to get through with the other towel. I'll be able to go through 4 sides, sides 1, sides 2, and if I open it up, sides 3 and 4 on this first quarter of the car before finally flipping the towel inside out and revealing the next 4 clean sides, which I can use in that rear quarter of the car. Pick a surface up top to start with, and then work your way down to the bottom of the car. The idea is to clean the parts of the car that are generally the cleanest and don't have as much debris, and then move to the dirtier sections. The reason you don't want to start with your dirty sections and then start to work up is if you pick up those contaminants, they'll be in the fibers, they'll rub along your paint on the higher surfaces, and then you'll start to introduce those fine swirls and scratches that really take away from the gloss and shine over time. And then you shouldn't really be scrubbing or using much pressure, just a gentle glide across the paint, almost as if it feels like you're applying it to the surface. After doing that, I'll move to the door. I flipped over to a fresh side. So I've used 2 sides on the roof and windshield, the other one on the window and the mirror. Now I'm going to turn this inside out, and I'll do my door, and I'll do half the hood. Now that I've used all 4 sides, I'm going to turn my towel inside out to reveal the sides that haven't been used. And now I have 4 sides to get through the bumper and the quarter panel and the rear quarter of the driver's side. Now that the driver's side is done, I'm gonna grab my second towel, head over to the passenger side, and repeat the same steps. Then we'll get ready to come in with a drying towel and our spray sealant. Now that the whole vehicle's washed, we're finally ready to get this thing dried. So I've got a nice plush drying towel here, and I have some form of spray-on protection. When you use these together as a drying aid, it helps lubricate the fibers of your towel so that they're less likely to induce any swirling or marring in the paint. You don't need to overdo it. Couple of sprays on your towel. Pick a panel to start with and another 1 or 2 sprays. Place the towel directly where you applied your spray sealant and dry. As the towel moistens up to the spray sealant and the water that it's soaking in, you'll notice that the drying ability increases noticeably. And one final tip that I'll leave you with is anytime you're wiping your car, whether it's during the wash process, just detailing a couple of touch-up spots or drying, always follow gentle, long strokes as much as possible. This way, in the event that you do induce some defects in the paint, like a fine, sort of marring pattern, at least it's in a straight line, which is a lot easier to polish out than defects that are in some type of curved or circular pattern. If you want to see some more in-depth explanations on my wash process in real time on full scale, check out some of the other videos in my channel. For now, that's a basic wash with O&R and a drying aid to get you guys started. When you get this down, it should take you about a half an hour or less. So again, I hope this was helpful. If you learned anything, leave a comment, click the like button, share with your friends. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking into the channel and taking time to watch these videos. I'm Jesse from Island Aesthetics, and I'll see you on the next one.